This is probably the oldest review I have ever done. I bought the SmittyBilt, which is this one, compressor. But let me get the information correct. SmittyBilt air compressor 5.65 CFM. I purchased this January 15th, 2021. How many years ago is that? 4 or 5? I bought this. Okay, and I use this all the time. This sits in the back of my truck. And it's pretty heavy. And this literally where's the other attachments? Never mind, I found them. It comes with these little attachments like to do a basketball or some other things. I've never used them. Now, I've seen a lot of guys do things with this, okay? Now, this cable is not very long, and this connects to your battery, and you start your vehicle to give it more power. That's why you have this big, long, yellow hose. Now, this is an amazing pump. I didn't have a problem until the other day, and this piece here was kind of broken. This attachment that I screw on was pissing a little bit of air. So I couldn't get my tires up to 80 psi. The highest I could go was like 72. Now, my wife's car, it wasn't a big deal. And, but I couldn't get my tires up to 80 psi is what they're supposed to be. So then, I contacted the company. Okay? And I asked them, where do I order this part? And they said, no need to order it. Just send us the receipt and a video of what's going on. And we'll get you a new one out in the mail. Okay, so I did that. Within 4 days, they had a new one at my door. Actually, today. I was amazed. And it's the same. It's identical. The hose is just as thick. Everything about it. But they didn't just send me that, because that's the one that's broken. This is the new one. All right? They also sent me another one of these, and I don't know why. You know? Because that's not what I told them I wanted. And it's also identical. So I got 2 of these now. Now, I didn't know SmittyBilt had this warranty. I had no idea. Okay. This thing here, all the way down to here, I need this whole piece replaced. Air leaks from here, and it leaks from here. Let me attach it, and you'll see. It's so cold. Nope, it's not on right. I'm all the way on. Listen. Hear that? There just pisses it. And if I put my hand around here, see that? Not the valve. So there's my problem. And I was quite pleasantly surprised when it did. I really was. But, I mean, for about just under 200 bucks, I'll have a link at the bottom. It's the, it's one of the best compressors I've ever owned, you know, is what it is. So, if you're looking to have a compressor in your vehicle, then this is the ticket. It really is. I've seen guys take these and mount them. Literally remove this handle and run the cords and everything and mount them right to their vehicle. And then run air to everything. They've made everything automatic with a switch in the vehicle. I don't do that. I mean, this is so convenient. I literally just take it out of the back seat of the truck. I hook it up to my batteries. I go around and do my tires. And every time the winter comes or it gets cold, you know, your tires are not up to par. And if your tires aren't up to par, it's costing you money, is what it is. But this has got to be the longest review I've ever done on an item. Now, I hope that cord doesn't break in another 4 or 5 years, but we'll see, obviously. And I'm pretty impressed. Now, I did have somebody say in my comment section they have one from a different store. And here's the trick to buying something cheaper. You buy something cheaper, it probably came from Japan. It probably doesn't have the quality. It's probably not made as well. I mean, this unit is all steel. Okay? And I'm really, really impressed with this because it would have sucked if I had to buy another one. But I didn't. And I've been noticing that with quite a bit of stuff I bought, I tend to buy quality. I don't buy stuff, I don't buy the first thing I see that's cheaper. And that has, believe it or not, that's offended people on my channel. When people see me buy a $1,200 sleeping bag or they see me buy something that's expensive, they get all butthurt. And then if I actually turn around and say, oh, the sleeping bag was $1,200, they think I'm trying to rub it in. They don't think I should mention price. And I'm like, well, that's a pretty stupid thing. Because if somebody's watching my video and they think what they're seeing is a good idea, sometimes they'll hear price and go, oh, that's not for me. I don't screw people around. You know, I do belong to Amazon affiliates, and I wouldn't have to mention price. I mean, I could just not say nothing, and then they actually click on the link to go check out the price, right? Indirectly, what people are doing is trying to drop a cookie on their computer. And for 30 days, if they ended up buying it, I get the kickback. I don't do that. You know, I say what the price is. Like, this is under 200 bucks. I think it's got a percentage off right now. It's on Amazon. Great deal. And some people would sit back and say, well, it's quite a bit of money for a compressor. I see people spending $500 for a knife. I mean, that is $200 for a compressor that guarantees your tires keep going. And keeping your tires aired up. I don't know what other people are doing. Like, I have a very small town here. And there's one place here in town you can get air, which never works right. And you got to pay for it. I remember back in the old days, I used to get air for free. Every gas station had a compressor out there to get air for free. That's something that went to the wayside. You know, and it's just kind of sad. But this is convenient. And as soon as it gets cold, I'm checking the temps on my tires constantly. I even got a meter, a computer electronic thing on my truck that'll scream at me if my tires are below pressure, below 70, is what it'll do. And you have to understand, when you start going down the road with your vehicle, the air does expand inside the tire. So if my tires are 80, if I set them at 80 with this, then they're going to go to 82, 84. So literally, I pump them up to like 78, around there. And then when I'm going down the road, it goes up to 80. The better the air is in your tire, the cheaper the gas. That should be a motivation alone to keep those tires perfect. Now, some people have a big compressor in their garage. I don't have a garage. I do have another compressor, one with a tank on it, That barely gets my tires to 80. But it does the job. It's good for a little backup. You got to plug it into a 110. It doesn't work like this where I connect it to the battery. So when I go out camping or I do a little bit 4x4, sometimes I got to let the air out of my tires and let them go down to 30 or 40, and then it gives me more traction, more bounce. And then when I'm done, pull off, hook this up, back up to 80, and I'm good to go. And that's convenient. The other thing is, I did have a situation where I took a nail in a parking lot, I think it was Cabela's, and the tire was pissing the air a little bit. And then my meter went off inside the truck, and I went, why is that low? So I went and looked, and sure enough, I had a nail inside the tire. I carry a kit to fix that. You know, I pulled the plug out, I pulled the screw out, put a plug in it. Took me a whole 10 minutes, and I was ready to go. But I'm going to tell you right now, this SmittyBilt, and they sent me these parts for nothing. How can you do better than that? I mean, really. This is amazing. I'll catch you guys on the next one.